Did you know that in 2018's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, among the many poses in the game's photo mode is an option to turn Lara into a llama? Why? Well, I have no idea why. Hello and welcome to Hidden Video Game Details, the series that aims to show you things that you may not have known about your favourite games so that you can look really clever in front of Chuck Norris. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and if you do, I'll send you a pack of Pokemon cards. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin with 2022's Saints Row reboot. Now, when it comes to details in Saints Row, there isn't really much to find. I mean, I appreciated the fact that when you're LARPing with Eli, all of your normally fatal finishing moves become a whole lot less fatal, but that was all I could find. Well, when recording some more Saints Row Easter eggs for my video game Easter egg series, I noticed something kind of cool about the Idols. The Idols are a gang in Saints Row that are intent on bringing down the system, with most of their following living off the grid in desert campsites. Well, when fighting this colourful gang, there is a chance that they will do this.
Ah! Teach him a lesson. Idol style!
So, mid-gunfight, members of the Idols will pause to take a selfie. That's not all though. Whenever an Idol takes the selfie, two more Idol members will spawn and pose alongside them. Don't get me wrong, it's not the craziest detail you're ever going to see, but it is pretty cool. Up next is the brilliant Resident Evil 4. Now, we did cover Resident Evil 4 in episode 96 of this series, where we found out what happened to Leon's badass leather jacket. Spoiler alert, a Ganado stole it and could be seen wearing it during the Separate Ways campaign. Well, today's Resident Evil 4 detail can be found towards the end of the game. After making it to the throne room, you can do this. So, for some reason, Leon can have a sit down on the throne. I've often wondered what Leon is thinking about here, so let me know your suggestions in the comments and I'll pin my favourite one. Now, this next detail is actually a hint to an Easter egg, and is perhaps one of the hardest to spot details I've ever covered. Let me explain. In the final season of Telltales The Walking Dead, when you make it back to AJ's room, you can find a toy on his bed. This toy is Disco Broccoli, and if you repeatedly interact with it, you can hear a reference to the movie Blade Runner.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Toy airplanes on fire off the shoulder of McCarroll Ranch.
But we're not here for this Easter egg. Even before making it to AJ's room, you can spot Disco Broccoli watching AJ from the shadows. For example, here he can be seen hiding in some bushes. He can also be found next to the fire blending in with the grass. And he can also be found by the steps here. I mean, given how well he's hidden in those scenes alone, I wouldn't be surprised if he appears at other points in the game, but I just haven't noticed him. If you manage to spot any more appearances from Disco Broccoli in The Walking Dead, then please let me know. Right, here's a fun fact for you all. Did you know that there are over 40,000 lines of dialogue in Fallout 3? That's a lot of dialogue, but I'm willing to wager that a lot of you won't have heard the dialogue from this next detail. Megaton is one of the first settlements you can come across in Fallout 3. It's a shanty town built around an undetonated nuclear bomb, which will never not confuse me. Anyway, we're not here to pick holes in the Megaton Planning Committee's choice of location. We're here to speak to a guard who you really shouldn't be able to speak to. At the gates of Megaton, you can see a guard on a walkway keeping watch over the comings and goings of the settlement. Now, there is no conventional way to reach this guard. However, if you use console commands, you can actually speak to the man, where he will say this.
The more time I spend talking to you, the less I'm spending watching for raiders. How the hell did you get up here anyway?
So the guard will rightfully wonder how you managed to reach him. I love this detail, as it's almost as if the developers knew that curious players would check what's up here, so added dialogue to reward that curiosity. So to end today's video, let's take another look at Batman Arkham Asylum. In the last episode of this series, we discovered that you could annoy the Riddler by pretending to be really, really stupid. Well, it turns out he's not the only villain you can annoy with your apparent lack of brain cells. When tracking down Harley Quinn, she almost begs Batman to come and catch her. Well, if you take your sweet time, several lines of hidden dialogue can be heard.
You're doing it all wrong, Bat. Mr. J was right. You're a stupid, misguided fool with delusions of grandeur. You're also going in the wrong direction. Are you stupid? I'm over here. Wrong way. What kind of dumbass are you? I'm over here.
Oh, and that's not the only time you can hear unique voice lines from Miss Quinn. When attempting to rescue two guards from certain doom, you can prompt a response from Harley by trying various different actions.
You may get through eventually, Bats, but do you really think those poor guards can wait? Wow, that's a nice toy you've got there, Bats. Can I have one? Where can I get me one of those? A girl could have hours of fun with a toy like that. Another gadget? What does it do? What does it do? Old Sharpie won't like you blowing holes around his beautiful asylum bed.
So the final detail for today's video surprised me, as I never knew this place existed until I was told by a follower on Instagram. After making it to Arkham West, you can actually head back to the visitor centre and have one-on-one therapy sessions with the Joker. Okay, it's not quite one-on-one as the Joker appears on a TV, but it's still something that I never knew about. During these sessions, the game takes on a first-person point of view and disables the use of Batman's gadgets and detective vision. And I think I know why.
Stupid Bat, always bothering Mr. J with your problems. You'll never be as dreamy as him. You're just an ugly, stupid bat in a trap.
So the supposed Joker mannequin actually moves. As you can see, it begins with its hand on its hip before having its hand rest by its side. It's a really subtle detail that I'm hoping a lot of you didn't notice. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter egg secrets and hidden details in video games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.